always lit over at AJsRANTroom.com. We got the best bags and accessories, our beloved Black Series. We got fresh lids for you hat lovers, fire jackets and hoodies, and of course we got you covered on the t-shirts. And introducing our first shoe line, Aloysius Germain. So get on over to AJsRANTroom.com today and get to shopping. You won't be disappointed. Bird's word. What's good, everybody? Happy Tuesday. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Are we good in these YouTube, Facebook, X, Kick, Twitch streets? Oh, and Instagram. We got Instagram today. Hallelujah. Praise God. Can you hear me? Can you see me? We good? La 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 la. Wait for the first confirmation. Confirmation. Hey, all right. Thank you, Amy. Appreciate it. All right. Hope everybody is having a great Tuesday. I don't know. I think this is the first night I used my humidifier, and so I woke up with a cough, and I woke up feeling really tired. And so I don't know. Maybe I need to clean it again. I cleaned it before I used it for the first time. I hadn't been used, but I don't know. That's the only culprit I can point to at this moment is a humidifier for why I feel like this. But we're here. We're going to make it happen. Yeah. So let's get into some things. So some sad news. Sad news. Former Vice President Dick Cheney has passed away at the age of 84. I won't gloat on anyone's death, but I will also be clear that this wasn't one of my favorite politicians. Former Vice President Dick Cheney, key architect of War on Terror and Trump outcast, dies at age 84. Former Vice President Dick Cheney, who advised presidents from Nixon to George W. Bush and was a key architect of the War on Terror, has died at the age of 84, his family announced Tuesday. His beloved wife of 61 years, Lynn, his daughters Liz and Mary, and other family members were with him as he passed, his family said in a statement. Cheney suffered from heart disease for decades and fell out of favor amongst many Republicans in the Trump era, even famously casting a vote in the 2024 election for Democrat Kamala Harris after a long feud with America's 47th president, because of course that's the reason why you should vote for someone else, because you're having a conflict. Okay, but anyway, but for decades he was the pinnacle of Washington's power structure as a White House chief of staff to President Gerald Ford, a Wyoming congressman who defended Ronald Reagan during the Iran-Contra scandal, and the defense secretary to George H.W. Bush, who helped lead America into the first Gulf War against Iraq. Saddam Hussein. I used to love the way George W. Bush say Saddam Hussein, along with General Colin Powell. It was his service as vice president to the younger Bush that earned him the title of America's most powerful second in command, famously huddling in the basement of the White House to architect America's response to Al-Qaeda's devastating terror attacks on America on September 11th, 2001. Cheney proved an unabashed champion of America, acting as the world's policing superpower, becoming the face of the neoconservative movement inside the Republican Party. But It was his advocacy for relentless military power that led him into controversy and eventual disfavor with the public and the GOP, both of which both of which tired of the endless wars in Afghanistan and Iraq. Cheney left office in 2009 with a popularity rating of just 31%, marred by the revelation that he pushed the United States into a second war with Iraq on the pretense that Saddam Hussein possessed weapons of mass destruction that were never found, and that U.S. intelligence agency waterboarded terrorist prisoners. Eldest daughter Liz, an attorney and Nepo baby, was a Wyoming congresswoman because she's a Nepo baby from 2017 to 2023 after serving in the George W. Bush State Department. While in Congress, she supported President Trump's agenda during his first term, but supported the second impeachment of him following the January 6, 2021 riot at the U.S. Capitol. Her position on the House Select Committee on the riot and outspoken criticism of Trump resulted in the Wyoming Republican Party in 2021 revoking her membership. Cheney was also censured by the Republican National Committee and lost re-election in 2022. That was epic to see. She also endorsed Harris for president because, of course, feelings is why you should endorse something you totally don't believe in. But anyway, during Cheney's re-election bid, her father ran a 60-second ad in which he said nobody in the history of America has been a greater threat to our republic than Donald Trump, which is complete bull. 9/11 was probably the biggest threat to our republic, and the setup that 9/11 was because y'all knew it was coming. And then this weapons of mass destruction BS that nobody really went down for. That was probably way bigger than anything Donald Trump could ever say or do. He also called Trump a coward for his response to losing his 2020 re-election bid. Yeah, you mean standing up and saying y'all lied and y'all stole the election? Yeah, you did. But it is what it is. We're gonna sit here and act like we'll just sit here and act dumb. Joe Biden fairly sailed to victory with 81 million votes in the 2020 election. Great, you got that, YouTube? Amazing. Um, Former President George W. Bush said in a statement, this is a quote from the statement, history will remember him as amongst the finest public servants of his generation, a patriot who fought in integrity, who brought integrity, high intelligence, and seriousness of purpose to every position he held. I mean, we all have opinions. So yeah, pretty rest in peace, Dick Cheney. I mean, life is but a dream. All right, today is election day. Make sure you get out and vote. Rock the vote. We have some key races that we need to. The New York mayoral race. If you're in New York, I've texted all the people I know in New York, and I've said, don't play today. Today ain't the day to play. Today ain't the day to. Oh, I don't feel like voting. I really don't like anybody. No, 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 no. Get your ass out there and make sure you vote because, yeah, it's absolutely this. I mean, I'm pretty sure the Jewish population of New York is going to show up in record numbers today, and hopefully that's enough to get Cuomo over the hump. If it doesn't, look, New York, you did this to yourself. But I believe it's Virginia governor, so we're rooting for Winsome Earl Sears to sail to victory. So we're praying for her victory this evening, and for New Jersey governor. That's also one of the hot races on this election day. So if you're in the state of New Jersey, make sure you get out and vote. If you are in Virginia, get your tail out there and make it happen. Also, New York mayor and Minneapolis. Make sure y'all are out there exercising your ability to make change, the proper change. And Yeah, and we're having issues. I saw as we were coming in that we were having issues with the some polls in 3 red counties in New Jersey. Stay on that line. I don't care if you got to stay on that line for 6 hours. Stay on the line. That's what they want you to do. They want you to give up. They want you to walk away. They're going to play these games. They're going to do this to you all day. Do not. If you have to come back later. But do not make it a point to not exercise your vote. Yeah, today is just not a day for the BS. Um, yeah, she was Pat, which is why she got ostracized because she's stupid. Um, so I threw this in at the last minute because it was text to me. Thank you, Prince. So Michelle Obama is once again on her, I don't know, complaining tour. Like she's complaining again about being black woman, black woman, I don't black woman. So in this clip, she's talking about being feminine and how she sort of had to turn it up as as first lady.
To be professional, at least I did. I wanted to be taken seriously, but there is the expectation there's a level of femininity to being the first lady. And as a black woman, I felt that I had to make sure that people could see my feminine side. You know, I took the job very seriously. So
There's another clip that I couldn't find before I had to go, where she's talking about her hair and how she wore braids. I believe it was towards the end of Barack's second term. I believe she was wearing braids at the end of towards the turn. She talked about how that was such a statement, and as a black woman, because everything's as a black woman, because God forbid you think outside you don't have to consult your color or your taco before you make a decision in this world. Look, yeah, I mean, what is the issue with being a feminine woman? Why do so many women who are bossed up have an issue with showing some femininity? What is the issue? What's the issue here? Yeah, you're the first lady. Yeah, if you look at the precedent that was set before you, yeah, you can't roll up in there looking like Joe Jackson and think people gonna take you seriously. So yeah, I don't think it was just you. There were several first ladies who weren't the cutest or the most feminine, but they did what they had to do, and supporting your husband who was in the most powerful position in the world. I don't understand why you're still complaining about all of this, but it's really annoying at this point, and you're really just setting a precedent for young black girls in particular who look up to you for whatever reason. And they're just gonna be like, well, I gotta be like a girly girl, but I can't like be myself. And like, shut up. Just shut up. You have all the privileges you want in 2025. Whatever version of yourself you want to be, go be that. Go be that. And if someone won't let you in, build your own damn lane. That's it. There you go. Problem solved. Anyway, speaking of feminine, um, so this woman is named Tish Hyman. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you saw the story yesterday where she was in a Gold's Gym in the locker room changing her clothes, and she turns around and sees a whole man in the locker room. Instantly got uncomfortable and then confronted the dude, and the dude proceeded to curse her out. And this is where this whole inclusion thing and this whole leftist acceptance, and it just, this is where it goes to the point of, I can't say that word, to the point of dumb, to the point of you're being laughed at this point. Because anyway, let me show. So this is the video after the incident. So she had already come out of the locker room, changed everything, and Gold's Gym revoked her membership and not his. and said that he first they escorted him out, but then I guess they policy or whatever says that, well, if he identifies as this, he can change in that room. But clearly, this isn't a trans woman. This is a person who's a male. You look like a dude. You are a dude. But here's Tish at the end of the altercation, on our way out of the Gold's Gym.
Gold's Gym! Men! Grown men with big dicks in the women's locker room. And that's why I'm getting kicked out. And I want to make sure the girls know. The fuck? Everybody saw that man in the fucking locker room. No one's saying shit.
And sometimes you gotta look like the crazy person, because a lot of these women don't agree with it, but they don't have the balls to stand up. Some do, some don't care. Fine, whatever. But if enough women are uncomfortable, create a third bathroom or accommodate these people in some other way. Do one of those what are they, non-binary, genderless whatever rooms, and then all the freaks can go in there, and then the men and the women can go into their respective locker rooms. But yeah, sometimes you got to look like the psychopath to get your point across.
Fucking done with it. It's fucking stupid. It's dangerous. Me naked in front of a man without my permission. I'm the one who gets kicked out the gym, y'all. I'm terminated for not wanting men in the locker room.
That's psychotic. LA, this is another reason why not to go back to LA, for this very reason, because they're officially psychotic. So here's the so this was after Tish changed, came out the locker room, and then the dude who claims he's trans, this is the altercation they had outside the locker room.
How are you? Did you tell me or not that women like to see dick?
I'm asking you a fucking question.
Exactly.
Even if women like to see appendages, that don't mean they want to see it in the locker room at that moment. That don't mean you want to see it at that moment. When you butt ass naked, sweaty, stank, looking crazy, and you I don't know. Women, am I lying? I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe y'all want the sweaty dude in there with y'all. Oh God, but
Exactly. Get out of the way now. No. Now he knows how to be a man, right? Now he knows how to be a man. Stay out of the women's locker room.
Does this thing look like a trans woman? What about that says trans woman? What about that says I'm a transgender individual? Nothing. You're not even trying to look like a woman. And this is the problem we're having. If you're going to claim these titles, you got to do the work. You got to do the work. You got to do the work to look like a woman. You sitting here with your beer gut out. There's nothing about you that says feminine woman. Nothing. You're not even trying.
Don't want it. He needs to have his gym membership revoked for that shit.
He does.
And the woman told you.
I don't care. I don't care. You're not even trying to push your voice up to sound like a woman. So where are you, the trans woman? In your mental illness? No, your mental illness does not get you access to the women's locker room. The only type of trans people that should be accepted in those rooms is the ones who did the work, in my opinion. If you look like an actual woman. If you don't, use the non-binary Fulala room. Use the Fulala locker room. But you can't be in the locker room with the women. And why don't trans men ever do this? I mean, I'm pretty sure I've been in the gym locker room with trans men and didn't know it. But trans men don't do that. They're not. I don't know. I don't know. It's different for us. It's different. Also, men aren't like socializing, and because the women, when they going about, ooh, the toilet paper, they talking and they telling stories and shit, and I'm like, sharing makeup and giving makeup advice. I'm like, we don't do that. Oh man, I don't even think he's a gay man. I think he's a pervert who is abusing a privilege he has at this point. I don't even think at this point. Yes, Blair White would be an example. Although, yeah, I mean, if yeah, Blair White's not really clockable until she talks. Then she sound. But if you're doing the work like on that level, okay, fine. That means you're really about it. You really think you whatever. Whatever. I'm not condoning whatever, but I'm just saying, if you ain't gonna put in no work, what the hell are we doing here?
He assaulted me. The girl told already. We already filed reports. No.
That's fine. I want the video.
You can't get rid of me for this. I'm a woman and I have every right to not want a man in the restroom when I'm naked. There are girls naked in there. Look at them walking in there like it's okay. It's not okay.
That is absolutely. What the hell have we devolved into in 2025? What the hell is this? He's walking like a whole nigga. He's not even walking. Look at his walk.
I'm in and I have every right to not want a man in the restroom when I'm naked. There are girls naked in there. Look at them.
Yeah, man, like them named Charles. Nothing about this says woman or trans or whatever.
Walking in there like it's okay. It's not okay.
I understand.
I'm not causing.
You don't understand. And I could imagine the trauma. I can only imagine. I can't even say I fully understand the trauma. I don't know. Anyway, here's Tish in the car after she left the gym and all of that stuff, venting.
I just had the worst experience ever at the gym, at Gold's Gym, and I think this is probably happening at gyms across America. We're like, trans women are going into the women's locker room and not really caring about how women feel about it. And it's really hurtful, yo. Like, how you gonna say you want to be a woman or that you are a woman, but you don't give a fuck how women feel? Today I was naked in the locker room. I turn around and there's a man there in boy clothes, lip gloss, standing there looking at me. I'm butt naked. So the first thing I think is maybe there's a worker in here. Maybe I missed a sign. I say the word sir to say, sir, what are you doing in here? He goes, don't fucking talk to me. I'm a woman. I have a right to be in here. Immediately, I'm fucking pissed because I'm butt naked. I feel violated. I feel like weird. Like, I don't want to deal with this, right? So the girls are walking in and they're seeing.
But this is the. I don't know her political whatever. I briefly looked at her Instagram page. And the only video I didn't have a lot of time, but the only video that I did watch, she was breaking down. She was actually reading Prop 50, which is on the ballot in California today. Vote no on Prop 50 if you're in California. And she actually broke down the components, but I didn't get to the end of the video to see what decision she made on Prop 50. So I don't really know her political leanings.
The commotion, and they actually chime in and say, yo, I don't know why he's in here. He's not supposed to be in here. And then I talk to the people that work at Gold's Gym, and they don't really have anything to do. They just like, oh, we can file a report about it, incident report.
Ridiculous.
What the fuck is going on? Like, listen, how can you say you're a woman or you want to be a woman and you don't care how women...
But this is what y'all signed up for, not you. I don't know if you ever advocated for this, but when it gets to this point, this is what some women, a good chunk of women, are advocating for this. And then you discard the women who say, I got a problem with this. So I see some lawsuits starting to fly around this and around this whole incident, because I don't know. I don't know the precedent that Gold's Gym is using to enforce this. Is it their own personal business philosophy? Well, if that is, we could just file a class action or something. We got to do something, but we're gonna have to make you. We're gonna have to make you. We have to make this change.
That's nothing more manly than not giving a fuck about how women feel, I'd like to think. And I get it, like, everybody has their own things, and I don't want to say that I know everything about gay rights or trans rights. I'm a lesbian. I've been a lesbian.
I mean, look, here's the thing. Look, we can table the lesbian thing for a moment. I don't care if you're a lesbian. I don't care what you are. Like, if you don't want it in your space, you don't want it there. There are straight women. There are Riley Gaines. She don't want it in her space, and many women like her who don't want that experience. And then a lot of times, these people are not really trans women. They're freaks. They get off on the fact that they can do this, and you can't do a damn thing about it. And if you say something, we're terminating your membership. So the next gym I go sign up for, I'm be like, look, y'all do this fruity pebble shit in the bathroom stuff, because if y'all do that, then I can't sign up. If y'all allowing whole linebackers to change in the women's restroom, then we need to have a conversation.
I treat people how I want to be treated, regardless of whatever their sexual orientation is or whatever they decide. So I'm not transphobic, and I'm not homophobic. I'm not straightphobic. I'm not racist. None of these things. I just believe in treating people.
I mean, facts. Prince, you're a mess. You're a whole mess.
Why do you guys think it's okay for men to be in the women's restroom? And like, when is the cutoff point? Is it like, oh, you cut off your penis, you can come in here?
That's a good one. I mean, well, here's the thing. Also, with the open, listen. I like my junk, so ain't nobody cutting that off. But okay, say you don't like your junk, and you let a doctor take a scalpel to your area. It's just an open wound. I mean, are you even gonna take your clothes off in the locker room with an open wound? I mean, it's not like it becomes a vagina. It doesn't. It's a wound that your body is actively trying to heal. That's why they have to dilate it. Your body's like, oh, this is an injury. This is an injury. Let's go fix it. Let's go fix it. And then it never gets fixed because you're keeping the wound open. That sounds really painful. That sounds really, really, ugh, Jesus. But again, if you got the money and you want to do it, you do it, and no more the military paying for it, and no more the government paying for it. We good on that front.
Why aren't women making the laws?
I can't stand you, Prince. I'm just trying to, and I'm just bantering. I'm trying to, like, I can't reconcile, like, and I don't want to. Yeah, Doc, knock me out and cut my dick off. Yeah, that's not gonna work.
And if you really want to fucking be safe and feel good, why don't we just make trans restrooms?
Boom, and there's your solution. But these businesses don't want to pay for that. They don't want to pay for that. What they want to do is impose on women, because the trans man is not going to F around and find out. A biological woman is not going to come in there and be like, yeah, she will literally get her ass whooped. or some stuff like, and then also you can't compete in there. So if you go into a men's locker room trying to set something off and you don't have the strength, oh, forget it. Whatever happens to you happens. You set it off.
Because it ain't right.
Facts.
The way I feel right now, and don't come into my comments about he gay, he ain't looking at you. I don't give a fuck, bro. It's about a feeling.
He's not gay. He's a trans. Look, I understand there are trans women who still date biological women. That's like the what's his name, the Kardashian person, Jenner, Bruce, Caitlyn. There you go. It's like the Jenner, and then you have trans women who date men. So I guess that would be gay, right? Because if you're just a trans man, wait, if you're a trans woman and you're dating a biological man, that makes you gay. Okay, got it. And then if you're a biological, if you're wait a minute, if you're a trans woman and you're dating a biological woman, then that's just extra steps to be straight. So it's just extra steps to just be something that you already are. Just a little mental illness thrown in there to just for a little fun. a little nana, a little dooley, a little dolly, a little nunu, no banana, no cherries.
If you never been a little girl who been touched or been through some shit, you won't understand that feeling. And you've never been a little girl.
Well, that's the other thing. People who have trauma. You go in the locker room thinking you're in a secure environment, and now you got Johnny dropping his trowel, and you like, whoa, no, no, no. And then what about the people who do? They're literally traumatized by this. We don't care about that. We got to let the mentally ill person change in here because they say they feel or they believe they are, but they're not going to do any work to look like a woman or be a woman. But we're just going to say we're a woman. Yeah. You got to do the work. You got to be unclockable. Right. You got to walk into that restroom so confident or locker room so confident that nobody's even clocking it. But no, you can't do that. You're a whole dude. You're a man. Sorry to break the news to you. Um, it is so confusing. I was like, wait a minute. So, so if you're, let's do it the other way. Let's do it the other way. So if you're a trans man and you date a biological woman, that means you're a lesbian. Okay, got it. And then if you're a trans man and you date a biological man, that's just heterosexual with extra steps, right? That was good. That was good. I did that one a little faster because I worked out the cobwebs. But this is insanity. Hopefully she files a lawsuit or something, and because this is, I get businesses can have whatever rules they want to have, but you took my money, and I'm in an environment where I think I'm safe, and I'm not. And there's no sign up saying there might be dicks in the women's locker room. You got to put up a sign or something so women know what's up. So they're not sitting there like, oh, whoa, whoa. Why is Johnny in here dropping trowel? Because Johnny don't look nothing like a woman. Johnny ain't got nothing about you is saying woman. That's like when you go to if you've ever gotten your nails done at a woman's, like where the majority in like places like women, it's very awkward for me. I don't like it. That's why I'm glad I discovered places like Hammer and Nails, where if you want to go get a manicure or pedicure, it's like it's a dude, it's for men, right? It's not a place where you're gonna be walking in and you feel like you're infringing on like women's gossip time. That's like the time where they talk and they're yeah. And so I don't like it. But anyway, yeah, let's also hope that women respond and actually cancel their memberships. But again, we have to understand this is Los Angeles. This is Southern California, so The outrage might not be as outragey, but we have to understand that Gold's Gym is national. So hopefully women in other states will join Tish in this battle. But this is ridiculous. This should have never happened. Anyway, let's move along to I threw this one in at the last minute too. So I don't have a graphic. But Nancy Pelosi went on CNN and said this.
It's just a vile creature. The worst thing on the face of the earth. But anyway.
You think he's the worst thing on the face of the earth?
I do, yeah. I do.
Why is that?
Because he's the President of the United States and he does not honor the Constitution of the United States. In fact, he's turned the Supreme Court into a rogue court. He's abolished the House of Representatives. He's chilled the press. He's scared people who are in our country legally.
Be nice. I'm finding it. Is she serious right now? Is she really serious right now? She's been in Congress 50 years. 50. She's not a freshman. She's a vet. She's beyond a vet at this point. And Donald Trump's the issue here. The court is not rogue. If you look at the way the Supreme Court votes, most of their decisions are unanimous. Most of them are unanimous. What y'all like to do is pluck the ones out where they're not unanimous and say, "Oh, well, see, he doesn't want this." That's what y'all like to do. That's crazy. You've been in Congress longer than I've been alive. Longer than a lot of us in here have been alive. And you mean to tell me that a man being president for 4 years and now non-consecutive term, serving his second term, is the problem in Washington? No, it's you. It's you. That's literally you. There's nothing to do with Donald Trump. If he was subverting the Constitution, the Supreme Court would have stepped in already. But y'all can't prove that either. So these are just things that y'all say to keep the boneheads who listen to you riled up. That's all this is. Keep them riled up, emotional, ready to act like crazy people for nothing. Donald Trump has not violated the Constitution. Show me one time where the Supreme Court said, yeah, this is a violation. This is a constitutional violation. They haven't. They did with Biden when he tried to force everybody to get that damn COVID vaccine. But we don't want to have that question. We don't have that conversation. What else does she say in this stupid clip?
It's just a vile creature.
Oh, he's a vile creature. That's emotional. You know why he's a vile creature? Because she can't control him. That's why he's a vile creature, because she can't control him. If she could control him, oh, forget it. He'd be the greatest thing since sliced bread. But yeah, let's do this emotional stuff. And is it official that she's finally retiring? Because I mean, you have Mitch McConnell falling. He can't even walk right without falling. Like there was literally nothing obstructing his path, and he falls. It's time to ship these people out to pasture. And I'm bored. But he's a vile creature.
The worst thing on the face of the earth.
The worst thing on the face of the earth. Not child molesters, not rapists, not people who do mass shootings. But Donald Trump hurts your feelings, and he's the worst thing on earth. Bro. This woman this is all deliberate. It's all deliberate, though.
But anyway.
You think he's the worst thing on the face of the earth?
Yeah.
I'll keep that comment to myself.
I do.
Why is that?
Because he's the President of the United States and he does not honor the Constitution.
He's done nothing but honor the Constitution, and you know it. You know it. This is just radicalism. And the Democrat Party's dead. And if y'all put this musty Muslim in place in New York, y'all have officially killed the Democrat Party because it's New York City. It's New York City. No, he can't govern the country, but he is governing the most populous city in this nation. And when he fails, we'll all be there to laugh at you. Well, hopefully he doesn't get elected. But if he gets elected, Jesus help us. Nancy Pelosi, shut up. You sound dumb. Is you stupid or is you dumb? All right, all right. So let's get to the main course here. So, rapper Nicki Minaj, and I'm not going to say that she's the most glowing example of a Christian or anything, but and we're not here to have that debate. We can have that debate another time. But she's receiving backlash after Donald Trump finally spoke up about the crisis, the Christian genocide that's going on in Nigeria. Donald Trump said this on Truth Social. He said, Christianity is facing an existential threat in Nigeria. Thousands of Christians are being killed. Radical Islamists are responsible for this mass slaughter. I am hereby making Nigeria a country of particular concern. But that's the least of it. When Christians or any such group is slaughtered like this is happening in Nigeria, wow, 3,100 versus 4476 worldwide, something must be done. I am asking Congressman Riley Moore, together with Chairman Tom Cole and the House Appropriations Committee, to immediately look into this matter and report back to me. The United States cannot stand by while such atrocities are happening in Nigeria and numerous other countries. We stand ready, willing, and able to save our Christian population around the world. Literally, Donald Trump has people listening to us because I literally said this like 9,000 times. I said, this is where in on the global stage, the United States should get involved. Like, I mean, Russia, Ukraine, that's fine. These other people, that's fine. But this is where y'all should be. This is where y'all should. Yes, 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 Pat. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Dearborn, Michigan. Oh man, it's Mustyville. They've not assimilated. They've not done anything. But anyway, so Nicki Minaj saw this and was like, "Whoa!" She was happy. She's like, reading this made me feel a deep sense of gratitude. We live in a country where we can freely worship God. Facts. No group should ever be persecuted for participating in their religion. We don't have to share the same beliefs in order for us to respect each other. Numerous countries all over the world are being affected by this horror, and it's dangerous to pretend we don't notice. Thank you to President Trump and his team for taking this seriously. God bless every persecuted Christian. Let's remember to lift them up in prayer. Now, one would think, okay, cool. It's not about being a Trump supporter. It's not about loving Trump. It's not about, I'm 100% behind this man. But in this instance, you stood up for something that I'm really passionate about, and I'm letting you know that. Oh, no, 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 no. It just can't be that simple. Come on now. Come on. So fans had a field day in the comments, and a lot of them I can't read, but I'll read this one particular comment. Hold on, I think I have it here. I do, and it says, Nikki, as a diehard fan who genuinely sticks beside you through every single scandal, you cozying up to this effing loser, I might actually have to tap out. We live in a country that wants to weaponize religion so your gay fans can be, I don't know what the rest of it is. I'm going to assume persecuted or some way. Where's that happening? Where is that happening in the United States? Where is Nicki Minaj gay fans being oppressed? Where? Can somebody give me an example? Do we have any proof that the Trump administration is weaponizing religion to oppress these mongrels? Hmm? 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 Is there something I missed? And I gotta say, I like the way Nicki Minaj handles her fans. I really like it, and this is kind of like what she literally set the template for what I think of for the rant room. But she responds, imagine hearing that Christians are being persecuted and not being able to have empathy for them because you are blind by your own personal obsession with Trump. This says more about you than him, my darling. Blocked for being asleep. Facts. Unhinged. Unhinged and absolutely ridiculous. And I like that she handles her fans like that, but I should have read the tweet below first because I think that one came first. Yeah, it did come first. No, it came later. It says, imagine hearing that Christians are being murdered and making it about you being gay. This is what happens when you idolize who you go to bed with and you idolize the color of your skin. This is what happens. The idolatry will blind you every single time. I don't care that people are getting their heads cut off because of what God they pray to. Huh? Oh, oh. I mean, oh, I don't like what God you pray to. I'm gonna execute you. I don't like that. Where's the free Palestine people right now? Why aren't they out here loud and proud for Christians? Because outside of the lukewarm Christianity and the pastors who are perverting the pulpit, y'all think Christianity is your enemy. No, it's not. So she says, imagine hearing Christians are being murdered and making it about you being gay. When my home was swatted multiple times with my innocent toddler inside, with maybe 20 officers with guns drawn pointed at our home due to political corruption, you being gay couldn't save me. Wow. Except someone expecting expecting someone to stay oppressed, abused, targeted, harassed, and consistently ignored by public figures who were supposed to be helping them says more about you than it does anyone else. I'll advocate for you the same way that I'm advocating for murdered Christians in Nigeria, like I always have. Just remember that. Diligently, passionately, just remember that part too. LOL. And I know you're not a diehard fan. And that's what I tell people all the time. You should know if you're a diehard fan of somebody like this person, you should know they don't give a damn about blocking you. They don't give a damn. If you really support somebody, right? And she say, let me think if I want to block you for the next 10 or 15 minutes. That's like this morning. So I posted the RIP to Dick Cheney, and then I just pointed out weapons of mass destruction, and he was a warmonger and a traitor to the Republican Party. So if you're all of those things and you die, yeah, it's sad that you're gone, but I'm not gonna sit up here and act like I like you. The hell? Yes, rest in peace. All of that. That's tragic for you and your family, but no, no, no. Oh, well, the hatred. And then somebody came in with their little Bible thumping. Oh, may the Lord. If you don't shut up before I slap you with my appendage, nobody cares. But again, this is what happened when you make your race and your sexuality idols. This is what happens when you wake up every day obsessed with who you go to bed with and how much melanin is in your skin. These people hate Christianity because it does not endorse their degeneracy. That's it. Real Christianity is not going to endorse it. They're not going to tell you, they're not going to behead you and tell you you shouldn't live. But also, you can't come in these doors and continue to do the things that brought you here. That's kind of like moving from New York City and still voting for Democrats, going to Florida and voting for Democrats. Why would you do that? You're literally voting for the same thing you fled, you dummy. That's like Cubans when they get mad at Cubans when they come here and vote Republican because they fled Cuba. Do you not know what these people left behind? Come on. And let's be clear. The church has been infiltrated by homosexuals, trans people, and enablers, you know, and they have placed themselves in the pulpit. You have like gay pastors, trans pastors. Weird. And somehow they've convinced people that they're anointed and that this is their calling, and it's really not. It's activism from the pulpit. And you can't pick at the Bible and take the parts that you like and broadcast that out to the world. Meanwhile, you're leaving out so much context, so much scripture because it doesn't align with what you're choosing to do with your life. And you have the free will to do that. But you can't call yourself a pastor or a Christian while participating in that very behavior. God. So hopefully that makes sense. I mean, this racial idolatry is so evident, and I get it all the time. Like it's literally, how could you be black and blah 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 blah? It's like, bro, black is not the first thing I consult when I make a life choice. Oh well, you're black, so you're limited to this. You're black, you're limited to that. No, no, no. Of course they are. Of course they are. New York and California, I believe, are the two blue states that sued the USDA. Was it the USDA? I think it yesterday regarding purging the voter rolls for SNAP. And they literally sued to not share their data. So of course that's happening today. And did y'all see the TikTok video with the dude talking about he's in New York to vote for Mondomny 6 times? Hopefully he got caught. Like, what are we doing? If he's such a great candidate, let the people pick him, right? You don't have to come in and interfere and then do something illegal and stupid. And then when you get caught, you want to play victim. Anyway, please, 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 please make sure you go out and vote today if you have not done so already. I don't know if the issues in New Jersey have been resolved in those 3 red districts, but again, stay on the damn line. I don't care if you have to stand there 6 hours. You must get you're voting. Period. If you have to go to work and come back, fine. If you have to go run your errands and come back, whatever it is, make sure you rock the vote today because it is very, very important. We got some very hotly contested elections today, and I will be back tomorrow to give you all of the blah 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 to the blah 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 on it. But hopefully tomorrow I have good news. And if I don't, we just don't. But we're not like them. We won't be throwing a 4-year tantrum. We'll just do what Trump did. You remember Trump said, yeah, y'all stole the election from me, so I'm going to work for 4 years. I'm going to campaign for 4 years while this dementia thing and his cronies run the government. I'm just going to work for it. And he worked for it. The Seahawks traded for a wide receiver. Prince, what this got to do with the conversation right now? Oh God. So relevant. So relevant. I voted on Prop 50 because I've got questions because I saw my ballot, then I saw a Dem ballot. They're not one and the same. Oh, really? Really? What is California doing? Everyone should have the same ballot with the same choices on there. That's crazy. I just can't. What Democrats have done to this nation is criminal. What they have done to this country is unforgivable at this point, in my opinion. Yeah, Nicki Minaj is very smart. Remember also when Nicki Minaj during COVID when she questioned the vaccine and she said she wasn't sure if she wanted to take it. And then she said she had a family member who had like some issues with his manhood. And then the left raked this woman over the coals. Oh, you're dumb. You're just a dumb rapper. Just go shut up and rap for asking a question. For posting concern. A really valid concern. It was a valid concern. She wasn't just saying, oh yeah, don't do it because it ain't right. That's not what she said. So you can't express concern when you're on the left, but sometimes on the right you can't either, because sometimes on the right y'all act a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs too. But it's more on the left than it is the right, and there's no room for dissension. Everybody's supposed to think and believe and feel and breathe the same, and that's just not how life works. We are fully formed human beings who have individual experiences, and I don't understand why that can't be valid. But anyway, thank y'all so much for tuning in. I appreciate y'all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you would like to support the story, you can go to AJsRANTroom.com. You can get this God Got Me hoodie. It's there. And also the white liberal fatigue shirt is there at AJsRANTroom.com. And this is actually the Tom hat turned around. But I'm not going to go through the process of turning the hat around. But this is the Uncle Tom hat. If you would like to buy me a coffee, or in this case, a tea, you can go to buymeacoffee.com/AJsRANTroom and support a brother that way. We also take cash apps at AJ's Rant. We are this close. I think we're like 40 hours from the first tier of monetization on this channel. So we're like 40 hours away. So if you can go look at the binge watch list and just let it play in the background and just let while whatever, you don't even have to listen to it. I don't even care. You don't have to listen to me talk. Just let the videos run there's a playlist called Binge Watch All AJ's Rant Room videos, and if you click on that and just let the videos play, that will support the channel and help push the channel out more into the algorithm and for more people to support the channel. Anyway, thank you so much. Make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I appreciate y'all. I will catch y'all on hump day with hopefully some good news later, y'all.